Joining us this week on the London Theatre Review is Beverley Knight, currently starring in Marie and Rosetta at the Rose Theatre. Welcome, Beverley.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit about the show. What's Marie and Rosetta about for our listeners?
Marie and Rosetta is about a single night that happens in 1946 in Mississippi. The Rosetta is Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who is known as the godmother of rock and roll. And Marie is Marie Knight, who was Sister Rosetta's duet partner and very probably her partner at times in life as well. And we discover them at the beginning of their relationship. Sister Rosetta has spied Marie, who has been an opening act for the great gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, who at the time is up and coming, and thinks that Marie would be the perfect partner to help her get back into the church's good books after the church has rejected her for making secular music. So the play explores the women's relationship over the course of this night, how they're going to work together, if they're going to work together. And in so doing, we find out about their loves, their losses, you know, the struggles they face as two Black women in traveling together on the road. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
How aware were you of Rosetta Tharpe before getting involved in the project?
I was one of the lucky ones who was very aware of Sister Rosetta and her impact in the music industry and in modern music because of a lovely man called Jules Holland, who 20 plus years ago introduced me to her and her work. And Jules and I, along with Ruby Turner, who does a lot of his solos, sang the song Up Above My Head in a concert. So I knew exactly who she was, but I was also aware that most people didn't, which was why when the script came along, I really wanted to do it because I really wanted people to know that rock and roll was in part built by this Black female queer icon that no one ever knew about, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it is extraordinary, the list of people who sort of acknowledged her influence, weren't they? Elvis, Jimi Hendrix. She was not only a singer, she was an extraordinary guitarist as well, wasn't she? That's one of the remarkable things about her.
That's right.
She was primarily famous in the 30s and 40s, wasn't she? Although she continued performing into the 1960s.
Yes.
It is, I mean, one thing I really enjoyed about the play was it does sort of weave together how gospel and blues sort of created rock and roll.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, you've said that exactly correctly. You can trace a line to all modern music, all popular music, right down to the blues, and gospel is no different. Gospel and blues are inextricably linked in that the blues was the secular arm of gospel music, gospel just meaning really good news. So Sister Rosetta Tharpe was doing was taking the feel and the excitement of what was happening in blues, sped it up and gave it a very overtly Christian message. But of course the church rejected that out of hand, feeling that the actual emotion and the evocativeness of the blues was a problem in and of itself. And so they completely rejected it. The relationship between blues and gospel, again, as you say, went on and gave us rock and roll. Sister Rosetta sped the whole field up. I mean, she wasn't the only one, of course. Lots of people were doing that. But the thing that marked her as being so remarkable was her absolutely electrifying, no pun intended,
Mm.
work on the guitar. People had never
Yeah.
seen a female do that before, not in
Yeah.
that way. People had never seen anybody pick their guitar solos with such speed and dexterity in the way that she was doing, which then gave rise to the standard in rock music, the guitar solo,
Yes,
which we
indeed.
always think of as being solely the preserve of men and especially white men. But it
Mm.
was a black woman who was doing that long before anybody else was doing that in that way.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to celebrate when we talk about Sister Rosetta Tharpe
Mm.
and her impact on music.
Yeah, there are some extraordinary numbers in the show. I mean, I'm thinking my particular favourites are "This Train" and "Didn't It Rain," you know, of
Yes.
hers. Are they challenging to do? Are they different from the, you know, the stuff you perform in your singing, in your non-acting singing career, and also in your acting singing career?
Um, they are, I would say they are more kind of just straight celebration and joy. Technically, they're not difficult because they're part of the lexicon of, they're the bedrock of what I do.
Yeah,
um, it's very much that kind of in that tradition of the 12 bar blues, although it deviates from that. Both songs deviate a little bit from that traditional 12 bar blues structure, but the bedrock of it is there. So it's something I'm so familiar with. It's part of my own DNA. Without even thinking about it.
right,
This train is a little lower than I would typically sing, just, you know, in terms of vocal placement. But Didn't It Rain, just for me, puts me right back into my own gospel roots. I think
right.
that's why I find them so joyful to
Yeah,
sing, because that's how
right.
I started in church.
Right. Yes, indeed. There's a nice mirroring in the script with the relationship between Marie and Rosetta, that it's a sort of mentoring but equal partnership, that Rosetta, unlike Mahalia, who wanted to shunt Marie into a backing singer, Rosetta sees it very much as a sort of equal partnership. And here you, a relative veteran, are starring alongside a relative newcomer, aren't you, as well?
That's right. And Don Bizodwa and Glovu is a newcomer to the London scene,
Yeah.
and someone who has been acting and not doing that much singing, which is surprising. When you hear her sing, you're like, what? It's
Yeah, she's extraordinary, isn't
she's
she?
fantastic. She's a great actress. She's been based very much in Manchester, even though she's Zimbabwe born. Um, and this is her London debut. I think she has one hell of a career in front of her, and I
Yeah.
am so excited that I'm kind of here at you know, base level with her.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so fantastic. And so I've been trying to just help her, just steer her a little bit through how things work down here. One
Yeah.
thing I don't need to do is to give her too many pointers in how to use her own vocal talent, because it's all there. For
Right.
me, I'm just sitting back and watching her, and then I get to join her night after night and just enjoy her talent. Um, it's fantastic, but there is that mirroring. We've both commented on that
Yeah.
ourselves. You know, Marie Rosetta relationship is very much like our
Yeah.
relationship.